warm welcome to you wherever you are watching from around the world to beautiful Hangzhou City in Zhejiang Province in China. First time in 4 years, this wonderful sporting city with all of its culture is again staging the biggest badminton tournament of the season. It can only be all the big names in all the big games at the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals. All the action happening right here at the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center Gymnasium. The top 8 players invited, men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles and mixed doubles, to compete for a very, very prestigious trophy indeed. We've seen a lot of action on these two courts, and that's the trophy I was talking about. The HSBC BWF World Tour Finals trophy. It has been on show at all of the 30 events that make up the World Tour season. But this week, those invited players, the top 8 in each of their disciplines, have had the chance to try and claim it themselves. This has been the schedule so far for the week. We're on day 3 of the group stage. Jay and Cha Yu-jung in a repeat of the World Championship final from Copenhagen earlier in the year. And then after that, the mixed doubles, Kim Won-ho and Jong Na-eun taking on Tang Chun-man and Si Ying-sweat, both eliminated, but again, both playing for ranking points and money, and of course, 3rd and 4th spot in the group. Great matches coming up your way. And of course, it all sets it up nicely for a huge finals weekend. What an experience for these players. They've waited all year and been as consistent as they possibly could before making their way up to Hangzhou. As I said, the women's singles already confirmed semi-finalists. Men's doubles confirmed, women's doubles confirmed. Both A and B in the groups in the men's singles, with final confirmations that will be determined this evening, and also Group A in the mixed doubles with its final confirmation coming up in these next 5 matches on Court 1 and Court 2. So the players making their way out to this amazing arena. So looking at the group situation, as you can see, the top 2 pairs, Kang Min-hyuk and Seo Seung-jae, and Alfian and Ardianto played 3 and 1, 2, and that means that they are already through, simply due to the fact that the game difference between Alfian and Ardianto and Astrup and Rasmussen is just too much. They can't bridge that. Astrup and Rasmussen, even with a straight games win coming up now. So it's elimination for Astrup, Rasmussen and Fikri and Maulana, but as I said, there is a great deal of ranking points still in this Paris qualification year. This is the 22nd event of Paris 2024 qualification. I can tell you now, as the players come out, that there's about 900 extra points for finishing third in the group as opposed to fourth. And of course, with the biggest prize purse of the year, $2.5 million across all 5 categories at the World Tour Finals. And that equates to, well, about roughly 12,000 extra US dollars if you finish third as opposed to fourth. So plenty of incentive for these pairs and players, even if they have been eliminated by the time they've come to day 3 of the group stage. And here comes Fikri and Maulana.
Court 1, umpire, Rasmussen, Denmark.
As I said, very, very close for Astrup and Rasmussen. The world champions Kan Min-hyuk and Seo Seung-jae really put in a late charge this week after losing their first match, but their game difference, they're currently 3 games ahead of Astrup and Rasmussen, and of course means that Astrup and Rasmussen can only get to max from this match. So very close for them. They did finish third in the group last year as well, and leading the head-to-head 2-0 here. And there's confirmation of the last meeting was at the French Open, 21-14, 10-21, 21-18. Epic encounter. As we get through the coin toss, it is a very, very pinpoint process, very precise as to how these pairs are selected for the semi-finals after their round-robin group stage. It's game difference. If that's the same, then point difference. If that's the same, then, believe it or not, it's actually drawing of lots. That's the rule. We haven't had to get there just yet. Kim Astrup and his playing partner, Rasmussen. He's got a great attitude, Kim Astrup. And they're a bit long in the tooth now. Both of them over 30, but they've had such a wonderful run over the last few months. You know, 31 years old, ranked 4. Current ranking is 3, and that is the highest that they have had together. Silver medalists at the World Championships and gold medalists at the European Games this year in Krakow. Very fast, very physical. And there's his 6'2" partner, and there's Rasmussen. He said, so that run, he had an okay first half of the year. That run, which saw, I think it was 4 titles the last part of the year. Yep, it was Canada Open, Hong Kong Open, the Arctic Open, and the French Open that they won. And it was in the French Open that they faced Fikri and Maulana. 34-year-old Rasmussen from Odder in Denmark. So they'll be looking to end their campaign here with a bang. That was their 2 group stage matches. Good win. Min-hyuk and Seo Seung-jae. Here are their opponents, very fast, very effective. They might be lacking in relative height compared to their opponents, but they're very good at picking out the angles, and they know how to handle themselves as a pair. They've been playing for a fair while now. 24 years old, born in Bandung. Currently ranked 10th with Maulana. 2 titles on the World Tour, and that was in 2019 and the All England Open 2022 when they beat their illustrious seniors, Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan. And that in itself, of course, as you can imagine, is a great feat, whatever age Hassan and Setiawan are at. It was a Super 1000 title for them. They'll be looking to try and win this. Get better standing in the group. His partner, 25-year-old Maulana, Chap. Indonesia is where he was born. The great thing about Fikri and Maulana is they are very similar in stature, interchange very well, back court and front court, those were their results, getting to this final group stage game. Umpire for this one, Su Xiaofeng.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right,
joined by our service judge, Li Chuan Hui.
and Maulana, Indonesia. On my left, Astrup and Rasmussen, Denmark. Astrup Fikri. Level. Play.
That might be, that first point, an indication of how this match is going to go. Astrup and Rasmussen will try and use that physical presence of them. They like moving forward with that height. Some good steep angles on it. It's good from Astrup.
Love. Service over. 1-2. Service over. 3-1.
It's good coverage by Danes. They've set up a pretty solid wall in mid-court. That's good defense by Fikri and Maulana. That's the mistake by Rasmussen in the end.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Service over.
That's the
2.
point of the Indonesians.
celebration.
Fikri and Maulana on a -4 game difference. They were beaten straight games by their compatriots Alfie Nardianto. And then also by Kang Min Hyuk and Seo Sung Jae. So no chance for them.
Service over. 4-2.
These round-robin group stage formats, it's very much about building your campaign. So you really did need to get on day 1 or day 2, 2 games in the bag, and then on day 3, you can, using those 2 games, the 2 match wins, I should say, you can pick your spot in the group. That's how it progresses.
Service over.
That's
3.
it went for
4.
Fikri and Maulana with 2 losses to kick off their opening day, or second day. But the only places that they can shuffle are 3rd or 4th in the group.
8-3.
Long from Fikri.
Service over. 5.
Stout defense again from them. Very, very good crowd here at this 80,000 capacity stadium. Really quite a spectacle. Only going to get bigger, of course, that attendance as you move through finals weekend. 6-3. Danes.
Service over. 4, 6.
Change up from Astrup.
Service over. 7, 4. Service over. 5, 7.
Emphatic from Fikri.
6, 7. Service over. 8, 6.
Great little change of direction by Rasmussen, gave him the advantage in that point.
9, 6.
Here's a good example of that. Great use of height.
10, 6. Service over. 7, 10.
Han sidder nede under nettet her.
So, closing in on the mid-game interval. Not quite yet. Rasmussen looking good for their lead so far. Good court coverage. And there's another example of Rasmussen using that 6'2" frame. A little bit of a jump.
Interval.
And he gets a very, very steep angle. So 11-7 at the break, and the gains looking pretty good.
Siap lagi, kan itu pasti siap lagi. Ya, sebaliknya kalau lu servis mereka kan sama lu separuh, ya. Ini udah siap lu. Ini kan kencengin lagi kalau belakang lu, apa tuh Astrup lagi. Ya, atau dibelokin flashing. Atau mau kenceng sekalian, kayak yang baru dimaksud kencengin lagi. Ya, kedua defense-nya jangan angkat tadi ada naruhnya. Iya, angkat tapi ada ja, terus balik
Droppen ham den store foran ham. Det er ham den anden, der er inde og hente dem, ikke?
Ja.
Så men de begynder lige at få mellembanen med igen. Det skal de lige op på.
So back on court.
11-7.
Second game one. That's good movement by Rasmussen. angle from Maulana.
Service over. 8-11.
Backhand drive.
Play.
How about that for pressure? Second shot.
Service over.
The Indonesian pair already
12.
backpedaling.
8. Thirteen, 8.
Just overcooked that from Astrup.
Service over. 9-13. Service over. 14-9. Service over. 10-14. Service over.
På tværs her, lækkert.
Lead just getting bigger for the Danes. Solid attack from them. Even the best defense from Fikri and Maulana just seems to be delaying the inevitable at times. That's a great shot from Rasmussen, and it's a nice drop in by Astrup.
16-10.
Bare hvis du slår den, så bare tryk fremad, så må Kim væk den anden vej her.
Rasmussen. Rasmussen. Rasmussen.
That one up, Rasmussen.
Service over.
They've got a good buffer in this first game.
11-17.
Very close. Oh, that's a great defense. Just off balance when he took that.
17.
And that was snatched at by Rasmussen.
13-17.
He's still looking control though. While some outright winners have come from the rackets of Fikri and Maulana, not enough. It's been a few mistakes from our opponents that have brought them back into this. We still fully expect Danes to come through, and that's service too high. Met with a wry smile by Fikri. Situation, as I said, not even mathematics can save them. There was a situation earlier today with the former world champions, Aaron Sowoyik, where mathematics did come into it. Sadly, they lost their third group game, even though Oki and Kobayashi did lose to the defending champions, Yu Chen and Uzwan Yi. So, interesting permutations and possibilities when play started this morning.
Service over. Thank you.
Certainly not giving up just yet. Managed to slow the progression of points for the Danes. Still, 4-point deficit hasn't really been breached. So, game points. Recalled. Mistake there from Maulana. Do indeed have 4 game points. Nice angle by Maulana.
Service over, 17-20.
Når de ligger nede under, lige være ops på net og mellembanen, at de ikke bare får lov at stå og lave sådan nogle endofætter her. Ja.
Wonderful from Astrup. So 21-17 in 18 minutes.
Astrup game and under the top, Rasmussen 21-17.
Danish pair looking to make most of this third final group stage game for them.
Cop dulu nggak apa-apa, nggak masalah. Kalau nyari si Astrup, yang dekat tuh di depan aja. Kita lihat bola di Astrup. Yang dekat dia passing. Enak kok kalau misalnya enak, belokin dikit, aku kan pasti maju tuh, belokin dikit. Ya. Tapi kalau lu nyampe sama si Rasmussen, kasih dia kenceng. Yang depan lu, Rasmussen kenceng, yang depan siapa sih kenceng terus. Enak kencengnya, enak turun dulu, lihat ke dianya dulu. ya satu, kedua kalau terima servis, lu servis deh, ya kan, biasanya kenceng tuh, ya yang flashingnya jangan banget, kenceng sekali aja, ya kalau itu masih sebenarnya kenceng aja, drive-nya kayak bekas dia terima servis, kencengin, ya sama defense-nya harus lewat.
Second game, level, play.
So, on court for the second game. More pressure. Unrelenting from Astrup and Rasmussen.
Love.
Full power from Maulana in the end. Quick look at the lights. Great defense.
Love.
Astrup and Rasmussen.
Fokus videre her.
Good communication. That's full love.
Love. Five, love. Six, love.
This has been a brilliant start by Danes in the second. That's their first real mistake, and they're calling a challenge on it as well.
Anders, Garab, Rasmussen, Curtis, call out.
I think he'll be lucky there, Anders. Looked out from up here.
Ja, han er faktisk også gået med. Jeg bare forbredet min.
Disputed truth of Hawkeye confirms it. Out and by a fair
Challenge
margin
unsuccessful.
as well.
One challenge for money. Service over. 1-6. Play.
Some instinctive defending by Kim Astrup.
Service over. 7-1.
Nice return by Maulana. That new racket seems to be serving him well already.
7.
lot of work to be done in the second game now for the Indonesians. It's gone wide as well. Frustration from Fikri.
Service over. 8-2.
Interception by Astrup. I think of both the Danish players, he's definitely been more lively, especially up at the net. That's not, of course, taking anything away from his very large partner, who's been powering in those backcourt attacks. Oh, it was called in, unsighted.
Out.
Did look out.
Over. 10-3.
So, 10-3, and on the brink of the second mid-game interval. Oh. They're completely out of position there, the Danes.
4-10.
So, one mistake from Maulana. It's 11-4, second interval.
Så, fokus her, ikke?
Jo. Foran den store der har et modtag. Det er sjove saver, og så er det en af dem begynder at rykke latterligt.
Ja, og det der er ved, det er, at hvis vi bare står og banker ned, det er pisse godt, der vi varierer det her. Slå droppene, slå på tværs af dem, fordi så er det ikke så sjovt, som at bare stå og rive den op af, vel? Fokus her.
Bagus, dorong dikit ke kalau mati disondok sama dia. Ya. Oke.
11-4. Black.
Not been working for Maulana, that shot. He's tried it 3 or 4 times.
Like. Drop. Drop. Astrup.
That's gone wide.
So,
an absolute Danish blitz in the second game. 15-4. And it continues. A kill from Rasmussen.
16-4.
cheers that you can hear for action on court 1 right now. Chen Yufei up to the home fans. It's on Carolina Marin. Again, vying for top and second respective group. Oh, that's a wonderful shot by Rasmussen. Just pulled it back a little.
Service
Didn't go
over.
full power.
17-5.
Great communication once again.
18-5. Service over.
Well, hats off to Astrup and Rasmussen for really putting in the work here in this third group stage game. As I said, they are 3 games behind,
Service over.
and they will end up,
19-6.
of course, just being 1 game back from Kang Min Hyuk, Seo Seung Jae. That's how close they came. Easy kill there for Astrup. And it is 14 match points. And based on the way this match has evolved, I think they're just going to need 1. And it was a beautiful bit of technique from Rasmussen. So, 31 minutes is all it took. And a good win, of course, for Fikri and Maulana. That means that's 3 straight games losses, so they're going to finish off with a game difference of -6.
21-17, 21-6.
And it's another 3rd place finish in the group for Astrup and Rasmussen at the World Tour Finals. So there's confirmation of it. 21-17, 21-6. Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen take home a win in their 3rd group stage match. And up next, it is men's singles. Anders Antonsen and Kunlavit Vittisson in Group B. Do stay with us.